that's about it. Maybe Puck, but yeah, you need to be able to connect onto target with the Doom and delete it. This is also position 1 Doom that some teams are playing it. Panel talked about Talon. The other team that comes to my mind is Entity. They really love to run it. And looking at the other heroes on PSG.LGD, I feel like it's going to be about initiation. If this CK gets the ulti off in the fight, we're talking about like 2-3 extra illusions. Doom's not going to be able to find the target. Also, Huskar doesn't deal too well with it, and this might be a problem. So if Ame, because Ame had a perfect game in the previous one, masterclass performance. And also looking at some of the itemization that popped onto my mind, I would love to see Void Spirit with Void Spirit Vessel. That's about it. Because you're playing against Huskar, you're playing against Io.
So many heals.
You want to get that as soon as possible. Shaker's not that hero. Like, you could potentially get it, but you also want to get the different items, and you're not going to be able to get it fast enough. So definitely an item to look out for, to be able to shut down the healing, and it's a good matchup. This is the first phase Void Spirit against Puck, so a good matchup for Void Spirit overall.
Yeah, so is this Doom? You mentioned a couple of other teams have been playing it. We know Anna was practicing it as well, prior to Riyadh and coming into this event as one of his position 1 heroes. Is this the answer to the kind of LGD Aster delay the game strategy? Is this your scaling potential to match them in late game?
Doom in the late game is pretty insane. We're talking about Hand of Midas, then getting Devour, that extra goal kicking in, Shiva's Guard Refresher, Blink BKB. This is where hero becomes super obnoxious. And the Huskar also in the late game, like, this hero scales super well, so does Puck, so I'm not too worried about OG. I also want to see how Marcy is going to skill the abilities, and also what the item build's gonna be, because I have seen, I've talked to Seb during Riyadh Masters about it, and kind of have the same thinking, where if you go and get just like Dispose and what's the other ability called? Rebound. That's a good job, Gary. You're on point. That's why I have you here. You're using like half of your hero, pretty much. Your ulti is for the Dispel. You're not dealing damage. I like the style that Jin Q plays.
Like phase BKB?
Phase BKB, Blink Dagger, or phase, just the Blink Dagger, because you can get in and then get out. If you go with just Ether Lens, you go in and you're dead. Also, your scaling is not as good.
You're like a weaker Tiny at that point, right?
Yeah,
if you
pretty much.
Blink Ether Lens build, you just initiation, that's your job done. I think we're ready to
start the game, please, Andy. I'm going to clap and we're going to start the game.
Oh, there we go. Game 2. LGD already 1 game to the good, up against OG.
Yeah. The reason why we didn't start is we needed to finish a couple of points, and all 10 players and the production waited until we were done.
Well, when Lacoste talks, you listen. That's the rule number 1 of Dota 2 major events. As we get ourselves towards these bounty runes. Tiger Amar up towards top. Shinkyu and Faith Bian lurking in the shadows.
PSG.LGD stole their heroes. This is Razor, classic Amar hero, and also OG tried to play Earthshaker twice so far in this major. Oh, this is gonna get dewarded. Faith Bian getting some extra gold. Never mind, it's Jin Q getting extra gold.
Oh, it was a sentry, wasn't it?
It was his sentry, yes. And he's bringing another one.
Oh. They go hunt down the vision of OG. And maybe they've got a good idea of that mid lane ward that is pretty shallow near the tier 1. Now towards bot, nothing to say, gets out his Resonant Pulse. Arme here as well. As Faith Behind, nothing to say, do get a couple of the bounty runes. The 4th one though is BZM's, giving the 2 for 2.
Nothing to say, starting with 20%, 30% HP against BZM. We saw yesterday when BZM first game against Liquid was playing Batrider. That did kind of cost him the lane, and also not necessarily the game, but the game was definitely harder. And we see Ramses also coming out from, not sure who, how do you know who used the spray?
I don't know, is the purple outline, no, it can't be, there's nothing to say is teal. I don't know. The direction maybe?
Oh yeah, Ramses is attacking Radiant Tower, so that's BZM.
Oh, he's pushing forward for it. Static link up top. Jin Q with a Fisher there as well. Amar trying to get around the side, while Tiger's courier should be finished off here by the Earthshaker. Did deliver in that extra bit of regen and a couple of sentries.
Making an adjustment. They want to have Huskar against Razor, where he can still deal damage with his burning spears, and also having inner fire, so having that disarm works really well. They can also reposition him once Marcy gets level 2, but still I'm favoring the lane for LGD. I think Razor is one of the heroes that can man up, and also having a Fisher to block him off, and this is potentially a first blood lane that I'm looking at.
Definitely could be.
And it's just kidding. It's not. now our observers are going to be looking at the top lane a little bit more.
Give Scriff the shakes. Bottom lane, what is it? IO Doom. Time to sustain coming out of Seb. He's got his wand, Fairy Fire.
Yeah, Sustain.
Sustain, yeah.
Seb did hit level 30 on IO the other day. It's one of the heroes that he has been spamming, so...
Oh, he's Master Tier now.
Master Tier, expecting some big things, big relos.
Big tethers. There's a link up top again. You see that, Marcy, with the maneuverability just to jump over the Fisher, get away. Yuragi. Oh, he's been pounded by Ame.
Oh, good body block. Like Ame did kind of close the gap.
I can't
still
finish him.
Gonna be fight. There's still Fairy Fire on IO, and he will be okay. Healing Salve used.
Yeah, plenty. A regen there, and going to have a ring of regen brought out to Seb as well. No more tangos or salves though, so if we do have another move by LGD to play aggressively, could find a kill on Seb potentially.
I refuse.
How's that mid lane going? Even though Nothing to Say had a rough start, like you said, starting 20% health, he's still doing fine. Jinkyu and Fisher blocks them out. Oh, Amar trapped by the creeps. The Radiant Creep Wave doing their job, keeping Oscar in range for Faith Beyond to get first blood.
And now they have level 3 on Earthshaker, who's going to have some extra mana from Mangoes, so using a healing salve as well. So an extra layer of physical damage that sometimes you need. So off to a really...
A prize!
In terms of CS against Nothing to Say, but Spirit makes that same move down towards the bottom. Bounty ruin himself.
Also, I don't think there's going to be any movement on Void Spirit. Even when Puck hits level 6, it could potentially be Marcy, but Io's not that hero that's going to rotate. So I feel Void Spirit's going to have a really good time. And look at this, same thing happened in the previous game where Jinkyu goes for that 4-minute rune, leaves some extra experience to Fate Beyond on top.
Oh, and Yi there with the Penitence. That's going to be incredibly potent, paired up with this Chaos Knight, getting that... as well.
In terms of CS, Huskar is doing better than Razor, but if we show network, it looks better for Razor. Show network, please.
2100, 2130.
False idolatry.
It's pretty close up at the top. Doom, the one down at the bottom, surprisingly. We'll start catching up with this Devour eventually, though. And Seb's grandson in that mid lane. 23-6 on the puck, just chipping away for the Void Spirit. Trade out in the region.
Nothing to Say, tanking up on his Void Spirit, bringing a Raindrop, bringing full Magic Wand to be able to sustain through Puck. Big small camp stack. Let's see if Nothing to Say... Oh, he didn't get it. He got like only a couple of those. But got the XP, which means that he got level 6.
And dispose up top.
The TP out.
Faith Beyond, tagged by the inner fire. Amar getting OG's first kill. And you're right, that Puck very close to death, just about jaunting to the orb to get away from the astral step of Nothing to Say. And Chen here, he's got lots of little items, a little thrift shop going. Lightstone, Sage's Mask, headdress. And minus armor with Penitence and the right clicks of CK. It's no joke when you're an IO or a Doom.
Also, minus armor from Reality Rift. It's level 1, so extra 4 on top of 2, which brings Doom's armor almost to minus. One of the reasons why he decided to go for Phase Boot, so we'll be okay. Putting a lot of pressure with this Doom and Io. Very difficult to trade regeneration against Io. Even though you have Chen, even though you have CK, still OG playing this lane really well.
Yeah, just keeping that pressure moving forward. And the catapult wave doing some significant damage to that bottom tier 1. Let's get cleared out in the end by Arme. He's constantly at half HP. Thinks about the stun, but when he's so low, doesn't want to make the jump onto Seb when his 1 charges.
And the Fairy Fire did not want to commit.
Yeah, little abilities to turn fights around. But look at this. Nothing to say. Was he being scouted?
He's scouted by the Sentry Ward.
Oh, Sentry sees him. He's still going to go for Tiger, though, it looks like. Move in towards the back. Ignores Tiger. Wants Huskar instead. Struggling to decide which target he's going for. Jumping out. He's moving up, moving down. Now focusing towards him and blow up Amar. Tiger, the next target. Line it up and finish him off. Oh, little Marcy. No way to jump away from this, is there? Maybe he can get a dispose out, but nothing to say. Going to try to catch up. Seb with a heal. Now the 2-man coil. Tiger's still alive and able to battle on through. They will get the winning Reptile onto 3. The Silence lasts long enough to kill them off. Raising the Void Spirit down and out. And Jinkyu with one last Fisher finishes off the puck. 3 for 2 trade. And Jinkyu should surely be disposed back and found. Seb with a double.
Is under attack.
Void Spirit, 1 second until the Resonant Pulse. If he gets that off, getting some extra damage and also getting the tankiness, I think he lives there.
Another reload bottom. And Yuragi with Tiger. Coming down here thanks to Seb, aiming for Arme. TPs from LGD are coming through, but the CK, even with 1 charge, is dead to right. In comes NTS though. Resonant Pulse, the relocate out, the leave Tiger here to die as they save up the Doom.
Some good rotations, hitting that level 6 on Io at minute 8. That was pretty big. They did lose Amar, but also supports are getting quite a lot from this. Both supports going to be level 6 before minute 10.
A little interesting that Seb's going for the Locket first item. I feel like in recent times it's been that mech rush and Locket comes after. Do you think
he's doing it the other way around. Yesterday also, Holy Locket into mech.
Okay. Is there a good reason for that? Just quicker, faster to get there?
I think so. I think because of the build-up, because he like gets the headdress and you get it easier. You do have a magic wand as well, so I think that might be the reasoning. I also could be wrong. It's straight up 50-50. Either I'm lying or Seb is right.
You're right or you're wrong. No in between. Yeah, I think you're spot on there. You've got all of the little elements, small item build-up towards that Locket.
Radiant's Tiger tower is under attack.
Gets found in the river and his ward removed by Jinkyu as well. Sentry there to unblock the camp. LGD very quick off the mark here to respond to Tiger's movement. Amar closing in on Armlet. One of the big timings here for OG.
Coil in the mid lane. Doom is available.
Yeah, chucks it in onto him. Nothing to say. Nowhere to run. Yuragi and PZM clearing through the Void Spirit easily, and that's the big reason they picked that Doom, isn't it? A lockdown on the Void Spirit, so important for them.
It's a lot of units here. They do have Toughness Aura and also Alpha Wolf Aura.
Good body blocks. Yeah, and a good phase shift. Gets away from
Hand
the
of God
Fisher.
is available if needed.
Amar didn't want to jump into the middle of all of them. Doesn't even have the life break skilled. 3, 5, 6. Is he holding a point? He is, right?
Yes, Gary. 1 + 2 is 3 + 3 is 6, and he's level 7
-1 is
-1.
Right.
Is under attack.
Fisher. Jinkyu looking for an angle.
So does that block him? He's got a little path through the trees, so now.
Oh, Ahmed might be in trouble one more time. He senses something's cooking.
Yeah, he's trying to clear out small cap. PZM.
There's Relo.
In we go with a reload and the jaunt forward. Topless Toy trying to scout out Arme. Big Jan disposed, sent back towards his tower. Good damage on the Tiger though, as Arme will claim his life.
Oh,
big gesture and the echo. Jinkyu. He's done so much here to save Arme and allow him to open up and do the damage they needed. BZM. Where are you off to now? Yuragi's being left here.
Hurricane.
No way out.
And Reality another Rift pull. What a turnaround play from PSG.LGD. We mentioned that both supports on OG are going to be level 6 pre-10 minutes, and so did both supports on PSG.LGD. This was Earthshaker with only 1 point in the Aftershock, so couldn't stun lock them, because you want to, whenever you play position for Earthshaker, you want to max out that Fissure instead. And also, unfortunately for OG, Coil was not ready, so they couldn't go on CK and keep him in place to be able to deal damage. So a lot of time bought, and also Hand of God heal coming in.
Arme going to be incredibly happy with the response he got from his team. The backup arrived so quickly, and now he's going to go on Yuragi. Chucks the stun at him. Phantasm with that illusion doing some decent chip damage, but he's the one being turned on. Yi is here as backup with a Wild Wing. Tiger cycloned across with a Hurricane, but I'll dispose Yi back into the middle of 4 of them. Chen just hands his life over to save the Chaos Knight.
Showing a lot of heroes bottom while Amar is farming in the jungle. Not going to say, looking for a rune. He's going to get invis, so he's ready to rotate.
Yeah, going straight for the Aghanim Scepter on this Void Spirit. So no Spirit Vessel coming out. Do they just reckon they've got enough physical damage through the CK and the Razor?
CK and Razor, maybe that's thinking. And also a lack of lockdown for Puck. Once Jinky probably going to think differently than Earthshaker in the previous game. He's probably going to be looking for that Blink Dagger. You want to be able to Blink Initiate on Huskar and mostly Puck to have that instant stun. And he queues it up.
That's what he wants. And he also wants to try and wrap around in on this bottom lane. They've already done a decent job shutting down Yuragi. Usually Doom, especially as a position 1. I guess he's more of a 3 in this because of the lane swaps. He's not top of the net worth though, which is a struggle for him as he's jumped and nearly killed straight off the bat. Reload the save, not going to come in time. Yuragi dies under his own tier 1, but Amar, he's in onto Arme. In a fire there after the life break, and the Burning Spear stacking up. The turnaround from Arme with a Hand of God. Heal comes through, can't finish off ATF just yet. In onto Tiger instead. The Fissure will block him, stun him as well. He can try and toggle his way out of here with Steps heals coming in as well, but Jinkyu's there with an Echo Slam, the chase dance, and a rip back in.
When I said Arme toggle, that he's gonna be fine, I meant Arme. Arme did die that one time, and he's getting very close to Echo Saber. A lot of sustain coming up from that Chaos Strike. Y coming in clutch with Hand of God and Mech one more time. 4,000 damage. Same amount of damage from Huskar. He is officially position 1 right now.
Yeah, they've given him the farm priority. That's why, Doom is struggling, as we were saying, not top of the net worth as we usually expect from a core Doom. He still needs plenty of time. He's got his Midas now, got the first use out of it, and a Coil maybe into a Doom on the Void Sprint.
Can he get the Doom on? He's not going to be able to.
He gets fogged as he walks up the staircase, and now Jinkyu and Yi, they're chasing back in towards BZM. The Remnant misses them. Nothing to say, can't catch it. Rebounded from Tiger, but the rift from Arme shreds through the Marcy, and Yuragi's going to die again.
This is why I said when the game started that Shaker is really good against Doom. You need to be able to chase people down, but one Fissure block could make a change. Inside the Roche Pit, there you go. Alpha Wolf and double damage running on Razor. It doesn't get more perfect for PSG.LGD than this.
And the little ghost slowing him down as well. Who's going to get the Aegis here? Is it just Arme so they can put him on towers? Oh, it's nothing to say, so he can dive in, have the freedom, and if he gets doomed, care a little bit less about it. Aghanim Scepter, 1100 away.
Big for PSG.LGD, having a backline jump, especially with Aegis. So you don't have to care. You can heavily commit, use 2 Resonant Pulse charges, silence Puck. Let's see how Puck is adapting. He's not getting any defensive item, going for the Blink Dagger. Nothing to say. Still chasing. He knows Taiga is in here.
Where are you? Can you hear any whistling? Oh yeah, you found the Marcy now. Fissure, well placed. They will chain disable Tiger's Marcy.
That's a Blink Dagger 15 minutes in on Earthshaker. Considering that they've been fighting all the time and he died only 2 times, this is what you want to do with Earthshaker. Like, you either want to have a lane for 2-3 minutes to be able to farm a Blink Dagger, or a lot of skirmishes where you live and you get the assist gold.
Yes, that maxed out Fissure has paid off big time for him. BZM He's jaunted across to the left-hand side. Jinkyu's going to find him though. The Templar's toy doesn't buy enough time, and the Echo Slam is there again.
Perfect timing.
Spectacular performance.
Blink Dagger just got delivered by the courier, so he manages to close the gap, gets on top of BZM.
Jinkyu really showing us power of this Earthshaker. Looking for the first win of the tournament on that hero. 5k net worth lead for LGD, just 16 minutes in now. As Arme plants himself in the enemy triangle, taking away some of the gold that they desperately need on OG.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I scanned him as well, but they're so afraid. They try and spread the map, heading northwards. De-warding and guarding their top jungle. Good attempt from Yi there to try and deny his own observer ward, but not quite.
Look at his little army. This doesn't look scary, but it is a lot of auras. Heal amplification aura, slow, some extra damage, and also a little bit of magic resistance.
Oh, the heal amp is so nice when you got Mech, Hand of God.
Dire's bottom tower.
Healing coming out of the CK. As we're getting close to Arme's BKB now, he can disassemble the Echo. About 1,000 away from the recipe. Tier 2 items coming into the hands of LGD. As OG, well, they got 2 observer wards down towards the bottom right-hand corner of the map. And a lot of drawing there saying push out bot lane, play into bot jungle. We've got the vision. That's where we need to fight around.
Go with 3, be ready to come with the real kit. It's very difficult. Earthshaker doesn't have Fissure, but there is still Aegis 2 minutes on Void Spirit plus Aghanim Scepter. I think OG needs to respect this.
Yeah, 35 seconds until Echo Slam. Oh yeah, OG just fully falling back now. Still feel like they need more time. Wait out this Aegis, delay the game, get the Doom up and running because he's not online yet. Yuragi needs that BKB. But LGD is so good at piercing.
Yuragi got scouted. He's dead.
He's under an observer ward. Nothing to say. Straight in with the Ether Remnant. Arme PSG will follow up. The cavalry arrives and Jinkyu will claim the kill.
Just in case he Doom presses BKB and Cheese and tries to get out.
And an Eon Disc pops, you know.
And so he makes sure that doesn't happen. Still a minute left on Aegis. Void Spirit thinking about going in.
Under attack.
LGD is so good at these moves though, aren't they? They find the right angle to get into enemy territory where they are at their weakest, OG. Everybody behind the tier 2 top. Not allowing LGD to have that opening. And Aegis 50 seconds away from being reclaimed, so they've weathered the storm for the most part, even though Yuragi has been the sacrifice 4 times this game on the Doom.
His BKB is very delayed. Also, something that we mentioned is if CK gets the ulti off, he gets 2 extra Phantasm illusions, and then it becomes very difficult for him to find which one is real.
We'll find the real one straight up here with Amara Tiger. On to Arme. No BKB for him yet on the CK. He turns to try and find the disarm. No more life steal on the Echo. Jinkyu turns it straight back on them. Sam gonna go for the TP home. And LGD, they get something out of nothing there.
They caught him underneath the vision. There are 2 observer wards right now in PSG.LGD's jungle, scouting things out in the river, or the one that's gonna get de-warded right now. So Ame dying, very close to his BKB, needs 400 gold, disassemble Echo Saber, and we'll have it. Again, this didn't get de-warded. Yuragi did pick it out, saying that there is a vision.
Yeah, and he walks right under it again. This time, waddling back to his tier 2 with Seb's backup. A hasted Void Spirit, eyeing up an opportunity to jump the moment he sees a hero. Jinkyu also here nearby. And a high ground ward sees every member of OG incoming.
Seb immediately P-wards it.
Solo coil. They want this Earthshaker. Snaps the coil on him. Jinkyu pretty tanky on the ES though. Will get jump with a life break, but the enchant totem, and in comes Razor, just chipping away
way
at
too
OG.
Deep right now.
They're trying to commit. The dispo's back. Chen thrown in, but the three-man Fisher catches them with a shard as well. Just holding back OG, stopping there, advance forward.
5 seconds. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 seconds. 0 seconds. 1 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 seconds.
Man, Jinkyu Earthshaker, that's definitely something else. Also, very good Remnant from Nothing to Say to be able to close Marcy, place it on top of Jinkyu so that he knows if someone jumps in. Oh!
Hello! Jinkyu's here again.
Tower is under attack.
That's the power of Blink Dagger on Earthshaker. Being able to jump in, instantly initiate, and also seeing Puck using phase shift. Very difficult for Puck. He's trying to go for Kaya Sanj to have status resistance, lower the duration of those stuns. But PSG.LGD, they're not gonna stop. They have BKB on CK right now and almost a full Echo Saber again, so...
And an 87% win probability as well. Looking incredibly strong with his 10k net worth lead. Next Roshan. If LGD get that, I really struggle to see a world in which OG are able to combat the LGD side just walking towards their base.
This looks so weird.
Double void.
Raid band, double void.
Well, it's beautifully arranged, aesthetically pleasing Razor build as Nothing to Say, saved up by Jinkyu again. Like turning onto the Marcy here, Tiger just charging towards the Earthshaker. Wants to get a couple of spells off, but now he's trapped down in the river. Army will take that up for himself, handed a kill on a silver platter, and after the Doom has expired, Nothing to Say is straight onto it. Uragi trying to run it back, but he's being drained of his damage, killed by Beyond.
Again, the same issue that OG has been facing. They dropped the Doom, but there is no real follow-up, and one Fisher just says, enough, you need to stop. Jinkyu's positioning has been amazing. He's been involved in, let me do the math real quickly, 17 out of 21 kills. He's all over the place. A lot of those assists, a lot of those Fishers are not assists that made a lot of difference.
Seb. 3 second stun. And Jinkyu, not even needed. Straight up solo from our mate. Fisher will catch Amar. No real follow through from the rest of LGD though. They are pretty wide across the map. Maybe OG can make something out of this. They've got 2 cores bottom. Let's see Jinkyu.
Jinkyu is level 15, same level as Huskar. Same level as Puck.
Oh, what's the Doom at?
13 with Hand of Midas. Not looking good for OG.
Yeah, that's a difficult one for him. Look, he's below the Chen. Jinkyu, of course, you're having a very good game. Moving his way towards that BKB next.
Your anger is useless here.
There we go. BKB up on our mate. Mage Slayer grabbed as well. Dagger next on the cards for him. And Roshan 10 seconds away as LGD will be prepping themselves here, scouting with the Vool Assassin with his envenomed weapon.
It's a good one. It's the one that reduces the healing, and the percentage is 75 region reduction.
It's like, oh, I pop my salve, I'll be fine farming with this creep camper. No.
You get 100 HP from a healing salve.
Yeah.
If you use it on ally, then you get 50.
That's nasty. 50 HP
50
for salve.
HP for salve, yeah.
Well, LGD not content to sit back and hold their own high ground. They want to take enemy territory, and here we go again. Straight up, the Fisher jump in for the Void Spirit and kill off Uragi. Gets the BKB out, but not the Doom. And with Huskar jumping on the Razor, well, it's just going to be Lightning Storm down and ripped it into Arme's open arms. Jinkyu getting another Fisher forward. Will be able to catch Seb, but with no vision there, we can't dive into the trees. But 2 heroes down, it's Roshan time.
BZM try to go on Jinkyu, but there is way too much sustain. Why? With Holy Locket, Mech also ready to use Hand of God if necessary. Still, Fisher into Totem is more than enough, and Fate Beyond used Refresher for the first time, getting a double BKB, double Eye of the Storm. Very difficult for them to go in and take the fight, but this is going to be a freebie.
When the IO gets his Hand of Midas, maybe we can look towards the future. Think about that late game.
Up, but the game ended. Oh, Void Spirit
under a sentry, coiled up, disposed snaps. Great pick off for OG. Still able to punch back. Arme, he's in honor. The Puck stunned up and cleared through. Ooh, 20 HP remaining. Can we jump away with the blink? We can. There's the Essence Ring as well. Uragi can try and defend him too. Jinkyu makes the move forward, but 1v4 now. Uragi, he wanted to doom the Earthshaker, disposed back.
Can he get it up?
He can't. He's chain stunned out by OG.
are
I mean,
scanning.
it would look good Echo on paper, but there was no one around him. Ame was there, rest of the team not
Radiant's
ready
bottom
to
tower
jump
is
in and
under
help out.
attack.
Very close to clear off
Radiant's
BZM in the midst of all that, though. He's like 25, 30 health remaining. But losing your Void Spirit and your Earthshaker now gives an opening for OG to push out across the map. This Tiger toys with Arme. I'm not sure if this is what he wanted to be playing with, though. It's a dangerous toy.
Dire's middle tower
Lots of moving
is under
parts and
attack.
sharp objects there on the Chaos Knight.
Way too difficult to deal with this overfarmed CK going into Bloodthorn next after picking up that shard. He picked up the shard from Roshan and picking up the Blink Dagger.
Oh, they cancel the blink with the plasma field. This time the jump from Arme works out thanks to Faith Bian's arrival.
BZM getting caught multiple times.
And now we can prep ourselves for the push in from LGD. 3.5 minutes on the Aegis remain.
Dire's middle tower is
Chen
under
gonna
attack.
recall his creeps across the map to keep the push going. While Amar and Seb trying to do what they can to get some land for themselves. But with a tier 1 mid and top still standing, it's so difficult for them. Being this far behind, having no access points to the enemy.
Yeah, PSG.LGD, they are ready to go for the high ground. CK does have that level 20,000 throughout the roof. Here's the spell immunity, so he can still be able to reposition heroes and blow them up when a Phantasm is up.
And no buybacks outside of the Marcy for OG. Everybody very poor. No money for the buybacks. Tier 3 items are coming though for them. Amar farming enemy ancients, finding a pocket of farm, while Seb held off by a Fisher and a move in from Nothing to Say's Void.
Touch my path.
How's OG's high ground defense?
Not as good as in the previous game. They had Shaker plus Coddle this time around. Puck will need to do some creep skipping, but definitely needs a defensive item for himself. He is going for Eon Disc, still needs a couple of minutes to farm it.
Radiant's bottom tower
Amar,
is under
he's
attack.
like cutting wave mid, farming ancients.
Mar being sneaky, look at him.
Why is Amar the finder? He's finding farm where no one else could. Is he the highest GPM on his team? No, the puck is ever so slightly ahead. 469.
He has higher GPM than Doom with Devour and Hand of Midas. That tells a lot about how bad of a game Doom has.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
How important was that lane swap, right? Because you mentioned at the start they put the Huskar against the Razor. It would have been worse for Doom if he'd been against the Razor. Oh, hang on a second, it's Tiger. Bian's found him with a refresher. He's got the Eye of the Storm out. He's got double BKB ready at disposal as well. They've got the Doom on the Void Spirit though. Faith Bian's going to defend, and the Hurricane back pushes Nothing to Say away from danger. The Hand of God heals it, and in comes the rest. Arme with a double kill, clearing through OG. Tiger, no way of escaping. Penitence and the Rift on him, and GG is called. A 2-0 victory here for LGD, and quite a simple one at that.
OG understanding that they have no business left in this game. They were not able to kill one hero in the last fight.